Our homes in Florida are definitely different than the homes up north, and people are often surprised by what they learn. Now, of course, there's going to be a little crossover with these characteristics of Florida homes, and it's based on climate, lifestyle, and regional practices. And of course, the closer you are to Florida, the more similarity there might be. But in a nutshell, these are things that come up all the time when I'm showing people. Now, in a lot of my videos, I just do 3 points, but actually today I'm going to quickly touch on the big 12, the differences in the northern homes versus Florida homes. So first, let's talk about our roofs. So Florida homes have roofs, like we'll have shingle, tile, there's different types of tile, and metal roofs. We also have flat roofs, all these different types. But our focus on our roofs here is to reflect heat and to resist hurricane winds, whereas up north it's focused on snow, and so maybe a more steep roof is a better thing. Here in Florida, your insurance can be impacted based on the type of roof that you have. A more steep roof, you're going to have higher insurance. These newer homes with these beautiful little cute peaks and valleys all over, you're going to have higher insurance because of the type of roof. So definitely, number one, roofs are a big, big deal in Florida. Number two, air conditioning. Now, of course, almost every home in Florida has central air because of our hot and humid climate, whereas up north, the focus is on heat more than the air conditioning. People will come down and people go, where's the furnace? Where's the furnace? Like, we don't use the word furnace here, it's the HVAC system. But I'll tell you, my very first house, I did not have central air here in Florida. It was an old wooden Florida cracker house from the 20s. I had air conditioning units, like the window units, built into the walls. It was my cute house, my first house. It was super cute. I love it, but I'm glad I have central air. So there are exceptions to this, but air conditioning is a very big deal, very important to have here in Florida. Number three are building materials. So Florida homes often use stucco, concrete, and other materials that really resist humidity and termites. Whereas up north, northern homes use more wood and brick. Now, of course, the interior of the homes have wood frame. Like I said, my very first house was an old wood frame house, still standing today. And a lot of the new construction today, if it's a 2-story house, the ground floor is concrete block, but the second floor is wood frame, with the exception of D.R. Horton. They do a good job. They do block all the way up. But otherwise, you don't see too many wood frame homes down here in Florida. Number four, insulation. Northern homes, when they insulate, they focus on retaining heat, where in Florida, we focus on ventilation and cooling. Of course, we do have insulation up in our attics, but the whole idea is to keep the cool air in and the hot air out. Number five are windows. In Florida, we have windows that are sometimes tinted or treated for sun protection. We'll have impact glass or hurricane shutters for these windows. The idea is just to protect from that wind, and that does help with insurance. Whereas up north, maybe they have triple pane windows. And again, the purpose for the windows up north is to help insulate against the cold, where here we want to protect from the heat. Now, one thing that's kind of funny is when people come down here to look at homes, they're so focused on the windows. Of course, you want windows for natural sunlight, but everybody thinks that when they come down here, they're going to leave those windows open 6 months out of the year. I guarantee if you surveyed people who've lived here for at least 5 years, most people do not open up their windows down here in Florida. If anything, you open up your sliding glass doors. There might be 1 or 2 key windows that you open, but a lot of times people don't open them. And when they go to sell their property and they have an inspection done, they're shocked to find out that half the windows in their home don't function properly because they never use them. So I think that's always funny. People are very surprised about that when we have that conversation. Number 6, the foundation. Homes in Florida often lack basements because of our higher water table. We've got this, we're at sea level. We have no elevation. And so if we did have basements, they would flood. And so we're lacking storage from that. There are a couple places here in Sarasota where I do know a property does have a basement. There's one in the museum area right across the street from the bay, but it's a very old house. I was never in there, but I've been told by a number of people it does have a basement. There's another older condo complex downtown called the Francis Carlton, and it's a really cute building, and they actually have a basement that I've been in, but it's maybe only like 5 feet tall, very damp down there, and I think they just built it originally to help with the plumbing down below. But otherwise, we do not have basements because of that flooding. Number 7, outdoor living spaces. So typically Florida homes are going to have screened lanais or pool areas with screens over them. We call them cages. And of course, you can't have those up north because I can only anticipate or expect that with a good snowstorm, those screens would collapse, the aluminum would collapse. In here, we don't have that issue, of course. Sometimes the hurricanes can do some damage to the screens, but otherwise, we're good to go. So definitely our outdoor living space, a lot different than what you get up north. Number 8, pest control. So of course, because of our tropical climate, we also require some special pest control measures for termites and palmetto bugs. So some people will hire a company, they do it themselves. And actually a lot of new construction homes now have a tubing system throughout the home, and you have the pest control guy come in and he'll inject something to somewhere outside the house, and it goes through those tubes, which is really great, especially if you have pets or small children. It's a lot safer that way, so you can take care of your little pests without, being exposed to the chemicals. Number 9, landscaping. So of course we have lots of tropical landscaping with palm trees and citrus trees, different types of plants compared to northern homes with deciduous trees or cold weather loving plants. A lot of times the annuals from up north act a little bit more like perennials. Down here in Florida, I once had some geraniums that lasted like 3 years before they started looking a little too stocky, a little too ick. And so I had to take those out. One time I had a customer tell me, we were looking at homes, and she goes, "Man, all my house plants I have up north, you guys just plant them in your yards." And I thought that's kind of funny. It's true. We can plant a lot of things outside, and of course, even drought tolerant plants that we have. So it's kind of fun to do our landscaping because everything's green year round. Let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Jill Thomas. I'm a real estate agent here in the Sarasota, Florida area. I've been doing real estate since 2008. And so what I'd like to do is give you what I've learned to help you make good decisions for yourself. So each week I do these videos about real estate, about living in Florida, things like this, what homes are like here, to help you out so you can make really good decisions for yourself. So if buying real estate here in this area is on your radar, or maybe you've got a property to sell, this could be a good channel for you to follow. But most importantly, when you're ready, feel free to reach out to me, call, text, email me. I've got a link down below. You can schedule a 30-minute call with me. I'm here to help you out, help you navigate these waters so you land at the place where you need to land to at the time that's best for you. So don't be shy, give me a call. Number 10, ceiling fans. Now I know ceiling fans definitely are not exclusive to Florida, but here in Florida, almost every room most likely has a ceiling fan for that air circulation, and it feels like heaven, except for maybe the dining room. But I see people put them in bathrooms and kitchens everywhere. A couple years ago, I had a gentleman who he was very much anti-ceiling fans, a nice guy, Bob from New York, and he goes, no, ceiling fans are coming out. I don't want anything to do with them. I said, okay, yeah, no, more power to you. Well, inspection day comes, and he's outside kind of following the inspector around. Of course, it's hot out. He comes in, goes and stands underneath the ceiling fan in the living room, and he was just like, and I go, "Oh, Bob, what do you think of that ceiling fan?" And he's like, "Oh," he goes, "Okay, I get it now." So I think I swayed him a little bit. I think he's realizing the benefit of ceiling fans, but we do. Some people have them in every single room, every space you can put them, because it just really just keeps that air circulation nice and keep the temperature down. Number 11, drainage systems. Florida homes often have pretty elaborate drainage systems to help with our heavy rainfalls and prevent flooding, because we get some quick heavy rains in our summertime, and it might be a little bit more extensive up north. And again, that's why we don't have those basements, because they would flood. Number 12, attic space. Like I said before, boy, we are lacking storage, and even though we do have attics, sometimes they're not super usable for storage because of our heat compared to what is up north. I remember when we first moved down here, it was in, I think, June, because I was still living at home, and my mom has all of her Christmas decorations. Everything went up in the attic. Come December, go to pull them out, or probably November, knowing us, my family. She brings it all down, and so many things were ruined. Candles were melted. She just did not properly estimate the damage that storing things in an attic can do. We have silverfish up there, things like that. So you want to be really careful with what you put in an attic. So even though we do lack storage space, you've got to be careful with how you handle things. So here we go. Here's 12, I think, good things for you to know about the differences from northern homes and southern homes or Florida homes. But if there's something I missed, hey, that's okay. Put it in the comments below. That's fine. And maybe I can include it in a future video. Okay, now here's one thing I love and one thing I hate. And this video segment is kind of a twofer because what I love is sort of what I hate, and that is roundabouts. I do love roundabouts because it does keep the traffic moving. It's a lot better than a four-way stop. Man, what a nightmare. But I really dislike roundabouts too. Or maybe it's not so much the roundabouts themselves, but some of the drivers who don't know how to navigate them. People are either too ambitious, they're too aggressive, or they're too cautious. And I think being one extreme or the other can really become a problem. Now, kudos to Sarasota County. They've definitely really, I think, improved some of our roundabouts with better signage leading up to the circle and just not when you get there, especially the one there at Venice Avenue and Jacaranda down in Venice. That was a nightmare for so long. And so they're doing a lot better with that. So I do appreciate the roundabouts, but we've got to be careful doing that. So you've got to watch the people pretty closely when you're on those. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if so, please hit the like button. And like I said, if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. I'm here to help. Have a great day.